Trinitarians, that is, people that believe in the Trinity, primarily want people to believe that in one part of the Bible where it says one person plus another person can be one, and the Trinitarians would conclude that that means that it's three persons, a Trinity. However, in another part of the Bible where it says one person plus another person can be one, the Trinitarians don't say that for this part. They say, oh, that one person plus that other person are one in a harmony. They don't put a physical meaning for that part. But in another part where Jesus says something, they make that a physical meaning. They say that that is a physical meaning. However, we're going to get to the scriptures to understand these 2 points. How Trinitarians say that 1 plus 1 equals 3 in one spot, but then in another spot, with the same logic, they say 1 plus 1 equals 2. The first spot is at John chapter 10, verse 30. Again, that's John chapter 10, verse 30. Where Jesus says, I and the Father are one. So let's break this down. The first word Jesus says is I, referring to himself. The next word Jesus says is and, which is going on to someone else besides himself. So Jesus says, I and the Father. So one is Jesus, and the second individual is the Father. And Jesus says, I and the Father are one. And Trinitarians, people that believe in the Trinity, what they say is, hey, if Jesus says he and the Father are one, that means 3. Where do you get 3 from 2 individuals saying that they are one? Where's the third mentioning of anyone else in this specific spot? However, Jesus did say, baptize to his disciples, make sure you baptize the other disciples in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. However, those are instructions from Jesus. And nor is Jesus is not mentioning the Holy Spirit here at all either. As a person, as an individual. He just says, I and the Father. So that's a total of 2 individuals. And he says, are one. Now, I'm going to go to another point in the Bible that says the same kind of sense. It's at Genesis chapter 2, verses 24. That's Genesis chapter 2, verses 24. It reads, this is why a man will leave his father and his mother, and he will stick to his wife, and they will become one flesh. So let's break this down. At the near end part, it says, he will stick to his wife. How a husband will stick to his wife, because a husband is separate from his wife as individuals. They have individual independence, individual brains, individual bodies. So it says, and he will stick to his wife, and they, so it says they, referring to more than one individual. It says, and they will become one. The key word is one. It says one flesh. Now, Trinitarians will look at this and say, yeah, we understand this. This is not saying 1 + 1 = 3 here. Even though it says one individual plus another individual will become one, what they say is, oh, that's just talking about a husband and wife will be one in harmony with each other. That's not a physical, literal term. So what they would do is they would take this to be a spiritual meaning behind a husband and a wife being one. But when it comes to Jesus saying that, they wouldn't even consider that it could be a spiritual meaning behind it. And also they make up insight that's not even explained by Jesus by trying to say, oh yeah, the third one is the Holy Spirit. But Jesus never mentioned the Holy Spirit. He just said, me and the Father are one. Two individuals are one. One in what? Obviously, it's a harmony. Just like it's a harmony with a husband and wife being one. But if somebody wanted to take it literal and think that a husband is glued, every husband, not just one husband, every husband is glued to his wife literally and can't move anywhere, and they are connected with a third body of flesh walking around this earth, what kind of sense does that make, and who has ever seen anything like that? So this is just a point of how Trinitarians, they choose what they want to twist. And if they use the logic, if they use their, not even logic, but if they try to reason that 1 + 1 = 3 at John chapter 10 verse 30, why is it that they're not using that same kind of reasoning in Genesis chapter 2 verses 24?